we tracked down somebody working underneath the bushes here, and it's Kevin Hall. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing really well. I'm just enjoying the pretty mountains, sitting in the shade. Finished a half a beer, I think, but got a little bit of boat work left to do.
Yeah, you're still a little bit. We got a pizza party later and everything, so, and it is beautiful here. And Kevin, you had some misfortune today. What happened out there?
Today wasn't my best day ever on the water. I went out with the goal of having good starts, and I got 2 of those the first 2 races. First race was reasonably solid and just missed an opportunity at maybe even a top 5. Brad Funk got a great shift on the right that I missed out on, and he jumped into the top 3 there. The second race, I just had one of those races I couldn't do anything right, and didn't go all the way to a pressure up in this corner. Came out of the tack, dropped off the foils, waited 20 seconds, which seems like forever. Got going again, made sure I overstood by a mile so that I'd stay on the foils on the way in on the ley line, but nope, came off again, and ended up low riding into the weather mark. Bore away, waited for the puff, got the puff, and probably ran over the offset mark. So that's cool. Now it's a big puff. I'm on top of the offset mark. I say, well, I got to do my 360. By the time I get my jibe in, I'm halfway down the river.
Oh, God.
So come out of that, no problem, made the jibe, and capsized in the tack. And at that point, I decided, you know what, the fleet's gone. I'm tired and frustrated. I'd probably better just wait for the next race.
All right.
That's what I did. Didn't actually break anything except maybe my attitude in that race.
Now you're on the Blade Rider for about 2 years. Obviously, you're a busy guy, sailing a lot of other commitments, Team New Zealand amongst others. But what do you have to do to be able to hang with some of these guys?
Well, probably my biggest commitment is my family, and they're really supportive of me being in here, which is great because it's a pretty demanding hobby. But that said, keeps me healthy and engaged, which is great. What do you have to do to be on top? Well, boat work is one of them. So I'm just replacing a flap right now. Had the same thing in the Nationals, and you'd think it's the kind of thing you could get on top of, but this is hard on the gear here.
Yeah. What happens? The flap just tears off?
Yeah, the Sikaflex wears out, and I think being a big guy, I loaded a little bit extra. Yeah. So we're just getting that sorted right now.
All right.
Should be.
What about the kit? You're riding Blade Rider with what sails?
I've got a southern mast and a north V10 to fit it, and I think when I've got it set up well, it's really fast. Pretty good upwind and really good downwind. I've had pretty good luck with both of those.
You sailed with the KA before?
Yep, I've sailed with a KA, and I know it a little better, but I just felt like this sail has maybe a slightly higher top end speed, sort of in the low fast mode. So that said, I've been working on my height a little bit.
Alrighty. So let's take another step. We've obviously been watching the TP52s and Team New Zealand just dominating over there. What's been the key over there? I mean, it doesn't get much more competitive, and you guys have been reeling off bullets without problem and walking away with events for the most part. What's up?
I think what you're seeing there is a whole team, from preparation that started a year ago, and with the sailors who did the circuit last year, working with the design team closely on every single little detail, and just every part of the boat is as good as we could think to make it. We pushed some things really hard, and they've worked out well. We're the same pretty much core afterguard we've had for quite a few years, and that pays off. And the guys in the front of the boat, the sails always go up and down the best out there, and that all adds up. The boat's obviously very quick. It's well designed, well built, and so far we've just been sailing really well, and we've had our share of good luck on a couple of the runs as well, so that all adds up.
What do you think, maybe you don't know anything about this, maybe it's a question for someone a little higher up, but do you think Emirates and New Zealand are supportive enough that you guys can keep going if we've got another 2 or 3 years of bullshit litigation? 2
or 3 months I probably could have given the nod to. 2 or 3 years might be tough, but I think that Emirates has been reasonably happy with the exposure and the brand. We've done a good job. We're a strong brand for them.
Absolutely.
And we're a good, strong team, and I think they'd like to be associated with that. I don't know how much longer they'd like to keep us going doing that if there's not an obvious big event.
Right.
And I think the New Zealand public is behind us as well. It's they follow the sailing. They obviously miss the America's Cup at the moment, and this is hopefully the next best thing for them.
I know when my wife and I were down there, we fell in love with it, and it was amazing to see sailing advertisements on billboards and gas stations where instead of NASCAR on the wall, there's Emirates New Zealand. It was amazing. So, but a pretty cool place to live. Huh?
We love it down there.
Yeah.
We really do.
What about the Volvo? You know, these rumors come around about the Volvo for obviously, which is is doing really well in terms of exposure and keeping sponsors happy. There's another one coming up pretty soon, and
Yeah.
we've heard some little mumbles from Daltz here and there.
Sure. If you were to extrapolate our efforts of the 52 into a Volvo campaign, a lot of things would remain similar, but some things change a bit. The budget's quite big, and the scope of the project and the time away from home is all a little bit bigger.
Right.
But I think if the team decides to do it, they'll do it at 100%. And,
Would you do it?
It'll be a good effort. Would I do it? I would love to be involved. I don't know if I'm a Southern Ocean guy or not.
Would your wife let you?
Would my wife let me? We'd have a good discussion about it. It might be more me that didn't want to go. She might be pushing me to go. She's
I hear
been
you.
pushing me to do this.
You've never
which has
done
been
one, have
great.
you?
No, never have. No, I certainly envy the guys who have. But it looks like a pretty big commitment too.
Yeah, boy. All right, Kevin White, thanks very much. Appreciate it a lot, and we'll look for you out there.
All right, thanks.
Cheers.